It is 11:53 a.m., almost noon, lunchtime here in the Pacific Northwest. I am 60 miles from Seattle. It is interesting what's going on right now and also heartbreaking at the same time. From Chicago, clear to Brooklyn. There's been a lot of unrest for the last 4 years. Oh no, 8 years, between black and whites. There's been a lot of dissension between Arabs and everybody else. When do we say, enough? Everybody just stop. Slow down. No, you can't. They have freedom of speech. Everyone has freedom of speech. Yeah, it causes dissension. Yep, nobody wants to hear that. But the reality is, this is history. Donald Trump has made history. Here's my take on Donald Trump. He's probably one of the worst little Nazis on earth. And since the KKK gave a large amount of money to the Trump cause, and so did the white Aryan nation, I take it as it is. Anybody voting for him is, in fact, a bigot. There is no excuse, none, for that man to even be allowed to run. But he is. Can we do anything about it? I think we could if there was enough of us. We could call a stop to it until we get things figured out. Of course, we'd have to be marched on, then taken to the Supreme Court to even get anything like that done. They are not going to do that because the Supreme Court is full. By the time we got there, it would be election time, and, forget it. If he gets in, there will be mayhem. The people so far that I've been talking to, and that are drunk, yeah, they're drunk all right, our Trump fans have made as much sense as Donald Duck. For a second, a heartbeat, I give no respect to that. Though I will respect their right to say it, because it is our First Amendment. But in turn, I too get the right to say it and be honest, and I will be honest. It may be my only view out of anyone's, but you still have a right to say it. You can debate it, you can argue over it. You don't want a dead people. You want them alive and talking. You want them to do something about anything around them concerning a human being. I am burying my father-in-law tomorrow, the main cemetery in Washington, D.C. I'm repeating. Do they deserve their benefits? Do they deserve everything that they have fought for us? Absolutely. And I will defend that to the floor. I am a mod. I mod a couple other sites. But I do allow freedom of speech. They don't have to like the other person's. The point is, I don't like it. I can say I don't like it, and they can say whatever. As long as they don't threaten to blow up anybody, which is ridiculous to take somebody off for that, because usually they are not ever intending to blow up anybody. They're just having an angry moment. And I see that. Why would I moderate and not give them the First Amendment right? I'm going to. But I'm going to take mine too. And sometimes it comes out like a direct attack when in fact it was not. I was there and heard a video that totally said that our servicemen did not deserve what they get. Fair enough. Their opinion. But it was an opinion that started a very big controversy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to call a bigot a bigot a bigot. And I'm not going to be stopped by that. I've got mixed kids. I'm going to stand by them. They're my children. They're supposed to have faith. And they don't look at color. Somebody else looks at color. That's their deal, and hopefully they'll grow out of it. And the world is not black and white. There are in-betweens. The world exists under different religions, looks, languages, car colors, or bicycles, or walking. But the world exists on a premise of movement, of communication, arguing, debating. You have to wake up sometime, and sometimes the wake up is harsh, and sometimes the wake up is mellow. But for God's sakes, speak up. It's like we're going to stand over here in America and let all the other countries just wipe out each other, or we go in and wipe out them. In the meantime, we, our officers, who are supposed to be trained not to shoot and kill, but to shoot and wound. And even that goes a little crazy, let me tell you. So right now, America has got little protests everywhere. Chicago's got a big protest. Brooklyn, New York is not going very well. Since Matt is in Washington, D.C. right now, the only thing he's complaining about is his shoes sticking to the sidewalk because it's so damn hot. It's quiet there today, except for the heat. Arlington Cemetery is a cemetery for those who've got Purple Hearts, have been a POW, or have been in a concentration camp. My father-in-law was in a concentration camp and also a POW camp. He separated the Americans from the Jewish Americans. They were completely treated differently. Jay earned his right for this burial. It is a salute of honor. And this was back in World War II. I know some rich people, filthy rich people. I love them to pieces. And I've never, they're old money, I guess, because I've never heard anyone anyone brag about how many houses they own, what they're going through constantly, what they believe and what they should not believe, and paying their goddamn taxes. So what the hell? Again, freedom of speech. I'm a good mod. I'm going to allow people to have that. If they threaten somebody, you get a talking to. There's been nobody threaten anybody on about 3 or 4 of my sites. Well, about 4 of them. Oh, 3 no threats, 1 threat. They had a 3-strike policy, so, you know, what do you do? So, while I was gone, Ethan had a death in his family. My condolences to Ethan. SST was my R backup. Thank you, SST. And thank you, everybody, for being who you are. I would like to see a little bit more of who you are, because this site does not deserve total silence. This site deserves honesty. This site deserves laughter. This site deserves art and poetry. The only ones keeping it back it's ourselves. And no matter what, something that happened a few years back, that's silly. If you want to be quiet and not participate and be a looky-loo, that is completely up to you. But I have signed on at least close to, Ethan and I, 20 new people. And only 2 or 3 of them have interacted. Why? Silly. We're human here. We can't just have 2 or 3 or 4 or, you know, you're asking questions. I think you should. My gosh, I would. If I was out of this country and I saw on the television what is going on in the United States, I want to know why. The right to know. It's human. Of course, Vic answered his questions and very, 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 very well. So, where are we standing here as people? We are people. We've got to have emotion. Vlogging is emotion. It is complete heart. If you want to vlog about nothing at all, then do or don't. But if you want to be heard on any level on the internet, and that means vlogger heads, and that means YouTube, and that means many, 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 many more, then you use that forum to get your voice heard. Because this is not a closed site. And you, as human beings, should never close yourself down. You're all good people. You just all don't agree all the time, which is what we're supposed to be doing. Not agreeing all the time with each other, but allowing the other one to vent, speak, or whatever. I'm allowed to talk. So are you.